Hello and welcome to the match preview of Aston Villa against West Ham United. The FA Cup is back, but it's with a new man in the dugout for West Ham. Right, Gonzo, usually I will start and say, what's your thoughts on Villa? I'm going to scrap that for now because we played them at the end of the month, so we can deal with the whole Villa stuff then. So I want to start with the FA Cup itself. When the draw was made away to Villa, what was your thoughts?
It's a terrible, like a victim, actually. I had a victim's mentality. Why always us? Why West Ham? Why can't we get Accrington Stanley at the London Stadium? All that type of thing. I've never been. People say, well, if you're going to win the trophy, you've got to face all the big teams anyway. It's not the World Cup. It's the FA Cup, all right? We're quite capable. We did it before in 2006 by dodging pretty much everybody until the final. So, yeah, I'm not a great one. I don't feel the need to prove oneself against Liverpool and then Arsenal and then whatever. No. And you know, Aston Villa are flying high. They're a good team, an excellent team, one of the best teams in the country. Well, one of the best teams in Europe. So the Champions League table says. So yeah, I was gutted, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I had the draw on. I didn't even know what was happening, and then a couple of subscribers said, "Oh, you're going live with the third round draw watch along thing, which we've done in the past." And because I didn't know about it, I was like, "No," but I might, if we win, I might do one for the fourth round though. But anyway, I had it on. And do you know when the teams come out? So Liverpool come out, you're like, "No, don't even bother. All you know is your team's number and Millwall's number. It's only two balls numbers, right? Like those two." So Liverpool come out and be like, "Don't you dare pull out 42. Don't you?" And then, right, okay. So Villa came out and I was like, "No, not out of West Ham. Of course it is. That's it. Off. Lost all interest completely already."
Yeah.
And up until Lopetegui being sacked, that had remained. That feeling was still there, which was just like, I can't even be bothered with it. We're getting knocked out. The only good thing is it's on Friday night, so it means I've got the weekend to do something rather than watch us get beat on a Saturday afternoon. But at a point, though, after the draw was made, I was thinking about it. I thought, well, Villa's got the Champions League. They're at the top end of the Premier League table with a shout of qualifying for the Champions League. They've got some injuries now. So will Emery play his first out? Not sure he will. I think he will rotate. However, Villa's rotation is not like playing Brentford's rotation, right? You're not. This is Luca Dean goes out, Ian Matson comes in. Yuri
Bailey
Tielemans
comes in.
Yeah, Yuri
Wendia
Tielemans
comes in. Sorry, I'm ruining your thing.
Yuri Tielemans goes out. Onana comes in. Right, okay, yeah. So they're bringing in Premier League quality players. So it's going to be rotated, but still going to be a strong side from Villa. Yeah. But I have to say, the managerial thing around West Ham in the last couple of days has really got me up for this game, actually. Obviously, in the past, Gonzo, we always say, if you go back, this is where you can tell. Sometimes I can tell who's subscribed to Hammers Chat for a while and who hasn't. Because in the last few seasons, someone will say, what do you mean you're not that bothered for the FA Cup? And you could tell they were new subscribers to the channel because the ones that had been here for a while, I was like, oh no, this is like the most important game for Gio and Gonzo. But then we were in European football.
Yeah.
It wasn't because we had European football. Now we don't, Gonzo. Is this now the most important game for you?
It is the most important game. Yeah, it really is. So I'm only laughing because that picture you sent me on WhatsApp earlier. Yeah, I mean, look, we get not that one, the football related one.
I like it up here. It'll be up here. I've had a dream. You can see what my dream is now on the screen.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely. Why shouldn't we? And I totally agree. I mean, it switched my mood entirely. I was talking about football, actually. I'm now really looking forward to this game. And not only this game, I'm looking forward to the next game after. I just recorded my video just before this and just said, me and my boy's in school. I don't know why he's not meant to be using his mobile phone, but he's texted me from school saying, what West Ham games can we get to, and stuff like that. It's amazing what, how it changes so quickly. So, yeah, this is a really, really important game. And Potter is nobody's fault. Well, it's not nobody's fault. I just listened to an hour and a half podcast with him, and then his press conference today. He's clearly a very, very clever man. Never mind nobody's fault. And he will know what the trophy meant when we won the trophy in Prague. He will know what that meant to West Ham, and he'll be fully aware of what will happen if he wins a trophy. It's a big, Big deal. I mean, we got. I was really pleased actually that he alluded to the number of people that went out for the open top bus parade, because that is a true reflection of the size of the club. And I'm glad he noted it, because I think what were a week or 2 weeks before Man City in the Champions League final. We took more people to Prague than Man City took to wherever they went. And our bus, I'm not saying our bus is better. They probably had a better bus. Probably got a big like Ferrari engine in their bus or something like that. But our bus might have been an old banger. But we had more people out on the streets than Man City had. And I think if you're an outsider looking in, which Potter undoubtedly is, he's probably looking at this thinking, okay, if I can get this club firing, there's a lot of these feisty buggers around.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bit of a difficult one, and it's a shame that Graham Potter's had one training session with the players before the game. Had he had all week, and I think this is where you can get a little bit frustrated if you overthink it, like I have done. I was getting ready for the preview, and I thought, why have they left it until now to get this deal done? Like, could they not have done this first thing Monday? So you'd have had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with the players and stuff. So it was a little frustrating, because in the end, Potter got the deal he wanted from West Ham. So we just negotiated, and end up giving him exactly what he wanted on Monday morning. So it's a bit, so it makes it a difficult one. But if we can somehow get past Villa on Friday, and it's a hard game, it is a difficult fixture for him to start with without the whole preparation factor. I would love us to really focus on this trophy, make it a priority, and there's no reason we shouldn't really. If we get past Villa, so right, this is the one we're going to focus on here. He's done well in cups before at previous clubs as well, so he's not necessarily a manager that will bin off the cup competitions as well, which is important for me when it comes to recruiting somebody to be in charge of West Ham United. I don't want somebody that just discards trophies and goes, oh no, we're not going to bother with the League Cup and FA Cup. We're going to focus on finishing 10th. No, I don't like that. I hate that mentality. So yeah, if we can overcome this, it will keep the hope alive, because if not, it gets, apart from the new manager thing, the league becomes over in January. What are you going to achieve? Well, 10. We might get 10th in the league again. Anyway, Gonzo, just quickly throw on Aston Villa. What's your thoughts on them at the minute?
Yeah, brilliant. Just brilliant. I think they're in 8th at the moment, but within striking distance of the top. It's just not easy to. We know this. We did it for 3 seasons. I know they're operating at a higher level in Champions League, of course, but
logistics remain the same, though.
Of course they do. Yeah. Midweek weekend. It's not easy. It's not easy, and I think they're doing a really, really good job of it. I think they're in 5th in that Champions League group or something like that. You look down the list of that. I know it's not a group; it's whatever they call it.
It's a league, yeah.
It's a league. I think PSG are about to get booted out if they don't pull their socks up. Real Madrid are well down there. They're in the automatic places. They got Monaco up next, which, they can't be that brilliant, Monaco, but
Yuri Tielemans should be okay up against Edson Alvarez.
Exactly right. So yeah, I mean, you know what? Fair play to them. They got that tough stuff coming up now. I think they've got 7 games in 22 days. We know all about it. I would imagine. I mean, we used to have it. I mean, Moyes used to moan about it a lot. Obviously, I'd imagine Emery won't, because he's schooled in that. He has been brought up on that. He's used to that before he even came to England. So this is bread and butter. They're about to click into gear. They're about to thrive now. So, I've got nothing negative to say about Aston Villa at all.
Love it. What Villa are doing, absolutely love it. I've recorded a podcast with a Villa fan, Luke, which will be up tomorrow, plug, but it'll be on the end of this video. So if you want to get ahead of the game and watch tomorrow's video tonight, you can do. But I was saying to him, I've really found myself rooting for Villa, Newcastle this season, Nottingham Forest, obviously ourselves, Brighton, any team that can get in there and piss off the greedy 6 of the Premier League. I'm actually like almost cheering for them. Watching Newcastle play Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-final, I was proper rooting for Newcastle. He's at 1-0, get in. Gordon 2-0, get in. Playing 5-5-0 formation and just booting the ball away. I was celebrating every kick down the middle of the park. I was loving it. I want Newcastle to go on and win the Carabao Cup. I am rooting for them to do it, and I'm wanting Villa to do it again. Go get Champions League football again, because I don't necessarily have faith in us being able to achieve it, although we finished 6th. So clearly we can get into those places. But it gives hope. It just says, look, we can do it, you can do it. And it's not just West Ham. There's no reason Fulham fans shouldn't be watching going, hello, well, I fancy a little bit. They may not be as big as Aston Villa, but they're only a few points away from them in the league. And it's about finishing above the likes of Man United and Spurs. Keep them in the bottom half of the table, please. I'm enjoying that one. The only bad thing about it is you get compared to them. I've done it tongue in cheek, admittedly, but you get professional pundits and journalists going, hang on a minute, they're a point behind Spurs in the league. It's not that bad. Well, but Spurs are the 13th in the league,
Someone
mate.
did it yesterday. Someone did it with West Ham yesterday. Yeah.
It's that Spanish.
Oh, it was Balagay. It was Balagay. You're right. You're right.
He said, they're a point behind Man
United.
U. Yeah, but Man U are
it's shit.
If we were a point behind Liverpool, fair enough. But you can't.
Yeah, and you should be saying they're only a point behind Nottingham Forest. Then you might have some validity to what you were saying.
Yeah, it's a complete it's a bad way of making an argument, really.
I know. Sheffield Wednesday used to be a big club. We're ahead of them.
But he also said we've only been in Europe once in 11 years. So
I know he did. It was bad, wasn't it?
But then our subscriber, I can't recall him, apologies, said Lee Osman said that we've been in European football 5 in the last 7 seasons. So you've got everybody just making stuff up.
At least I went even look before this. I only sat in my bloody shed. At least I had the decency to go and look that they got 7 games in the next 22 days, and they got Everton, they got Arsenal and Monaco. What these people do? These people have paid good money for this stuff, and they can't even check it out before going on the radio. For goodness, it only took me 5 minutes to look.
Fun games. That's Aston Villa. I hope they do it. I think they will. Champions League football next season. As it stands, the supercomputer says there's a 97% chance of England having 5 spots in Champions League next season. So 5th is incredibly likely to have Champions League football next year. So Villa should do it.
Can I say, because you'd normally ask this, you'd normally say, what do you expect for Villa this season? I want to say it now. Their manager is exceptional. He is the wizard. He's the governor in Europe. I do not be surprised if they have a really long, unexpected run in the Champions League. While although a lot of others fall by the wayside, nothing would surprise me with Aston Villa in the Champions League this season.
Me neither. I completely agree. Players of my, I just want to grab a couple quickly. I'll pick out 3. Yuri Tielemans, Morgan Rogers, and Emi Martinez. I know a lot of people, he's a bit Marmite. You love him or hate him. I absolutely love him.
Yeah, well, he's very good. He's very good, isn't he? I'm talking about Martinez there. Yeah, Rogers really impressed me. He's like a different breed, isn't he? Really, I've got to say, he's I'm massively impressed with him. Actually, did he come from Man City's academy?
Yeah,
did he? Okay. Yeah, obviously, well, we won't talk about Durand. All those nice things we're saying about Aston Villa, there's some of them on social media. Every time he scores, I start sticking a knife into West Ham fans. So we won't talk about him very much. They got loads. Bailey came back and did well the other day. That never surprised me. I've always liked him. So, I mean, they just got so many good players. Anana is, I think he's brilliant. He's got the accent as well.
Yeah,
it's like an English accent when he talks. He's brilliant.
And he was on your January wish list.
Oh, he was. Yeah, right, quite rightly so. Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, right, from Aston Villa, shall we talk about West Ham?
Yeah.
Team news, obviously no Jared Bowen, no Michael Antonio, and it's unlikely we will have Jean-Claire Todibo. Graham Potter wasn't really asked about team news. Well, he would have been asked about team news in his press conference, but it was for the written press rather than the video aspect, so we haven't got it yet. But there were reports that Todibo travelled back to France earlier on in the week due to the injury. And after the Manchester City game, Lopetegui did say he wasn't too optimistic about the severity of the injury Todibo suffered as well. So I think we might have to just not include him for this preview, Gonzo.
Yeah.
But apart from that, everybody else is available. So you're missing 3 players. So everyone's ready to rock and roll. Would you like to talk me through your goalkeeper, please? Because Fabianski's back, but
I've never ever in the whole history of Hammers Chat had less of a clue about what to say now. Honestly, I was far
wait. This is what you want to see. If we were having a discussion about what we think Potter will do, completely different discussion.
I don't know because it's all changed. I really don't know. I don't know what formation. Normally I would pick what I want to see around the parameters of the formation that I'm going to see. So I really don't know. So I'm making this up as I go along. Honestly, I was far more comfortable looking at what Aston Villa have been up to and what their fixture schedule was, and looking at the Champions League group. And even because normally we sit down, I've got my pen there, I've got my pad, and I'll write down my team. I haven't got a clue. It's just scribbled and nothingness really. So I'm going to make it up as I go along. We think Potter likes.
All right, Guillem Belange.
I'd say it's Balagay to you. Thank you very much.
I don't know his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll never learn. I've never got to learn.
You don't need to. Actually, there's more to come. You will need to for a little bit. But let's have it. One training session. I would imagine that Potter is not. I've got to get over this. At some point, me saying Potter, particularly the little blonde, nasty one in Harry Potter, the Malfoy.
Even I know his name. I've never watched it. Even I know his name.
He says it like with disgust. Potter, like that. And every time I say Potter, this little bastard keeps popping up in my brain. I reckon after a while it will stop.
Why is Sullivan in your brain?
It's like the first time you ever heard the name David Seaman, you can't stop laughing about it. But then it stops. Do you know what I mean? Then you sort of get used to it. So I think I will at some point stop giggling in my mind saying the word Potter. But I think that our new manager, coach, whatever he is, one training session, I think you're dealing with an introduction there, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Now this is going to sound really dodgy if he doesn't change anything, right? And take that as, take that with a pinch of salt. If he's going to start playing with 3 at the back, I don't think he does it now. I just don't. I think he'll say, right, what have we been training? Right, have you been training a 4-3-3? Right, we're going to go with 4-3-3 for this one, right? We're going to do that. But I do think he'll try and implement 1 or 2 things that they can just digest really easily. That's not to say I don't think there'll be an improvement, because I think they'll be so lifted. I think he'll walk in there like a breath of fresh air. We were both catfished by the twerking this morning, you and me, Gio, weren't we? By him. Well, we don't have been catfished. Might not have been catfished yet, because he could turn out to be good. But we were both very impressed by Potter this morning, and I think the players will be impressed by him. So, will that translate to a tactical shift? I'm not so sure. So, I'm going to pretend to do that. So I think I'm going to go with back 4 for this one, because I just think for the reasons I've explained. And I would go Wan-Bissaka, I would go Mavropanos, and I would go Kilman. I know it's all sounded very familiar. And I would put Emerson there, and I would put Fabianski back in goal.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you've just said, really. I think for Fulham, you might see his formation and his way of playing, but I just think one training session is it enough to rip everything up? And we've got to travel to Birmingham. I know it's not that far, but we're going to probably travel up there tonight rather than first thing in the morning. So there's a lot of things that's going to be a bit of an issue for Potter. And they've had, Lopetegui's taken training 3 times this week, and they will have been training in like a 4-3-3 formation, getting ready for this one. And he may change the personnel, but his hands are kind of tied. There's some options, but there's not loads of options. Like defensively, you've got Sufal or Wan-Bissaka. Your centre-backs picked himself, and Emerson sort of picks himself, unless you want to put Scarles or Creswell in there. So I'd imagine he might look at it and go, right, I can work with what I've done. And if certain players have been told they're starting, and Potter comes in and says, actually, you're not starting anymore, I think you're maybe getting off on the wrong foot with some of them pretty quickly. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does that with a couple of players.
Yeah.
But I think doing it with half the team might upset the apple cart pretty quickly. So I think he might go with a 4 at the back for this one, because trying to coach a 3 at the back, they should be okay. I just think we're lacking personnel too. If he had Todibo as well, he might go with that. But with you're then dropping Wan-Bissaka in there or Creswell in there, and I think that's where it becomes a little bit too much change too soon. But for the Fulham game, certainly. So I agree with your 5 selected. Fabianski back in goal for me. I think he's been one of our better players this season. And Ariola can't kick to his left to save his life. And Potter likes to play it out from the back. And while Fabianski isn't the best at it, I do think he's a lot calmer. So I think that's maybe what we will see tomorrow night. Moving into midfield then, what are you fancying?
I'd play Alvarez, Paqueta, and Soler. I think he can change a couple of things. I think one of the things he can make us slightly more technical straight away. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives the defense an instruction. I don't know what that would be. I don't know. I'm not tactically minded like that, but he's going to give them an instruction which might make things a little bit different. I don't know enough about Potter or his tactics to just wanted to tell Alvarez to do, but maybe he just sits and then allows Paqueta and Soler to attack. But I understand there is more freedom of expression than that, and I think you'll see that. But I wouldn't be. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. But I'm not a creative thinker like that. But I think probably that would be. I know what earlier on you alluding to the fact that he might have to upset some people, and I'm aware that I've already predicted Thomas Souček's demise once before this season, and it didn't turn out to be the case. I've got nothing against Souček, and I think he's always going to have a role to play, and will have a say in games or dictate the result of games. But I think if he can't change the formation, he can't change everything straight away, and he just wants to get make us play a little bit more technically, with it slightly more stable at the back. I just think he might go for those.
I think he'll improve Thomas Souček. I think you might see Souček's statistics starting to improve under Graham Potter, like the amount of passes he does.
Sure.
And I don't mean his creativity. I don't think he's going to start lobbing the ball over the top of the defence for players to run onto. It will still be the simple passes, but I think you might see more of them and more responsibility, because previously he usually plays like a box midfield. So you don't just have the one sitting, you sort of have two sitting. And I think that allows maybe, say, Alvarez and Thomas Souček to be in there next to each other with two slightly more creative midfielders in front of them. It takes the pressure off them. They have more of a defensive duty, and their responsibility is to give it to those in front of them rather than create for people. So I think Souček might actually flourish under. There's an early, possibly bold prediction, but I think he might do well under Graham Potter. I would play him in this game alongside Carlos Soler and Lucas Paqueta, and I appreciate this was under a different manager, but I was sick of Edson Alvarez in the last couple of games. Linked with a move to Monaco. Maybe it's not from him, but I don't know. I just feel like he's been twerking for a move since he arrived, to be honest with you. So it's a personal grudge I've got with Edson Alvarez at the minute. So I would take him out for this one. Souček, Soler and Paqueta. And that leaves three players up front for both of us. I'm assuming we've got the same players here.
Yeah, we have.
Kudus on the right, Somerville on the left, and Füllkrug up front.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
it worked against City. It worked.
It's a good team. If we're just easy. I always used to say, Gio, let's give the opposition something to think about, and I think we will now. I think with this coach, he's some. I mean, I know he can motivate the team because he's motivated me this morning. I haven't even tidied the kitchen up afterwards. Listening to this, I was tidying the kitchen, listening to his press conference. He was. I am now looking forward to the games, and I actually, the more you start to listen, it's a bit of a shame. So a Brighton fan is a friend of mine. Was having none of it. Would not come on at all. I said, come on, pop on, do a little video with us. No, I'm not doing it, mate. Not doing it, mate. He was full of praise for that, and he was saying that he said, it's just. Initially, we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. We were but he said the build up and the attack was swashbuckling. He said, but we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. He said, ironically, it's just started to click just before he left. So he was full of praise, and he was saying that he would really go on the front foot against almost everybody. And don't get me wrong, I think in many respects we would go on the front foot against Lopetegui, but I think we gave them something to think about, but I also think we gave them an answer as well. So, okay, you're going to have to solve this puzzle as well. Basically, we're going to trap you in. Oh, but by the way, there's the exit. And then so we'd just give them, okay, well, all right. It's almost like a game of, well, I see your... I see your hand and I raise you this. And
an escape room with a door ajar.
Absolutely. It really was. That's exactly what would happen. So, yeah, very good, and more possession and pressing. And sometimes we would have so many people in the opposition box that everyone would be, oh, your fullbacks are, but we're just gonna score a goal against you. Well, not just one. I think something that you said in a video recently was really, really telling, and you said we now have to score more than 2 goals to win a game. And you know that, everyone else knows that, and so I just I think that's the thing. I think we have already been able to give teams something to think about. If they can sort out the other thing and improve that, then they start to look at that. And I think, I know I'm sort of going off on one here, and you haven't asked a question yet. Villa should win this game. They absolutely should win this game. But we have 2 things in our favour here. Number one is we have this manager uplift and this manager. I think we're going to have the manager bounce. Whether it results in a win, I don't know, right? But I think the team are going to feel better and their peckers will be up. I think the other thing that we have is, I do think that's a real tangible. The Champions League is a real tangible thing. It's hard to concentrate on work the last few days before you're going on holiday. You know, it's hard when you've got this carrot being dangled in, you know, to really concentrate on the mundane stuff. And I know Emery is very, very good at this stuff, but they are still right in there in the league. I know they're 8th. They are right at 32 points, I think, but they're right in there in the league. And they are more than, they are one of the best teams in Europe this season. I'm not saying they're going to, they've only got to dip 1%, 2% and just have their eye on that a little bit. And then if our peckers are up 5%, if you want to conjure that image in your mind, if you don't want to conjure it in your mind, Twitter, there's an app on Twitter probably make it up for you. But I don't think it's going to take too much. Put it that way.
Right then, we're going to point you in the direction of our prediction competition now. So if you're an existing patron, listen up. Or if you're thinking, what on earth is he talking about? Definitely listen up, because we've got some good prizes. We've got a unique prize up for grabs for the addicts. Our prediction competition is over on Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/HammersChat. You can join up. You can get a week for free. Not the worst time to join up, because you will get 2 matches. Usually we only play once a week because we don't have European football, but we play Friday and Tuesday. So you almost get 2 loads of videos in the space of your free trial, and you can enter the prediction competition. And if the overall winner is a trialist, they will win this book, not this book, but a book, which is Jimmy Walker's recent book, which came out just before Christmas, and signed by Jimmy Walker as well. So that's what is up for grabs for the trialist. However, if the winner is a paid up member and subscribe to our supporters tier, which you can do for £3.60 per month, less than £1 a week, you get loads of video content, online store discount, entry to giveaways, and entry to the prediction competition. And if you're a supporter and you're the winner, you will win this signed captain's armband, which has been signed by Julian Dix. If you are a mild addict and you are the overall winner, you will win both things. You will get the book and the captain's armband. However, if you're an addict, we've got a very unique prize. Now, let me explain what this is, because I need to. This shirt here is match issued. It's not match worn. So when West Ham United played Manchester United in FA Cup at Old Trafford in 2023, when we got beat 3-1, Lanzini was on the bench. This was his shirt, but Lanzini did not come onto the pitch. So he had it, hence why it's got a very, it's got the patches on the arms and stuff like that. So this was Lanzini's shirt, and he would have worn it had David Moyes subbed him on. But he didn't come onto the pitch, so it's called the term is match issued. So you can't prove it's been worn. I'm not even claiming it's been worn. It hasn't been worn, because we wore the strip at Old Trafford. We played Derby County. We wore the Claret and Blue strip. We played Brentford. I think Lanzini wasn't in the squad, so this is the only game it could have been from, the Man United game. So if you're an addict and you win it, you'll win this match issued Manuel Lanzini shirt. The last ever FA Cup game.
Can I play?
You what?
Can I play?
You can play, yeah. You can participate. You can join up as a patron if you want.
I don't mean the Lanzini one. That's my favourite shirt with that when it looks like had the orange Dulux paint splashed on it. That's my favourite shirt of recent times. And I went, you know when they discounted them, it looked better than that green thing we wear now. I went on and they couldn't have my they didn't have my size, or any size anything close to me, so I didn't.
I can't tell you're taking the piss or not.
I'm not taking a piss.
Well, you liked it.
I did like it. Yeah, quite like orange is quite a nice colour.
I hated it.
Really unpainted or splashed
You're
orange.
winding me up. You're
I'm not
trolling
winding you
me.
up. I don't wind you up. I don't even like kits. You know that.
Yeah, exactly. So to then choose that one.
I tried to get one and they'd sold out. You know what me? I wait until they reduce them to 15 quid and I missed out. Old cheapskate me. There you go.
Well, what size are you?
A sort of muscular size.
So what size would that be?
I think a medium to large, to be fair.
Well, you might fit. It's a medium, Lanzini.
Yeah, no. Let people win it. Mine doesn't have to say Lanzini. I might go. I might just. I was going to say I might get a moody one off the internet, but last time I did that, someone called me out and started a Facebook campaign against me. Not I hold a grudge.
Anyway, patreon.com/Sam's links in the description below if you fancy entering and or supporting the channel. Gonzo, are you feeling optimistic? Do you know what? You can feel it. Just doing this preview with you, I can feel that we're both in a good mood. We're both feeling happier, looking forward to it. Are you feeling optimistic?
Yeah, massively. Yeah, I can't. I don't even know if I'm optimistic. I'm just looking forward to it. It feels like an event. And it switched it. He's honestly he's done it. He's turned tomorrow night from a chore into an event, and that's pretty good for me,
Water into wine.
Yeah,
something like that. Anyway, I'm optimistic as well. I'm looking forward to it. I hope we win. I would love to win, but there's an element of me. I say bothered about the result. I am bothered about the result, but I just want to see something that I can enjoy. I want to come away from the game, and if we get beat, it's Aston Villa away. Okay, we're not playing Mansfield away here, where it's a little bit. Oh, this could be getting embarrassing for Potter if he doesn't win on his first game. It's not. We could get beat 1-0. Everyone will shrug it off and go, oh, boring FA Cup tie, Premier League club v Premier League club, boring. There will be upsets in the FA Cup. This game cannot be an upset, right? We win. It's not a nosebleed, is it? It's a Premier League team, be a Premier League team, okay? Worst case scenario, we lose, not the end of the world. But I want to be able to watch something that I enjoy, and it is difficult because he's had one training session. Okay, so it's going to be difficult to really evaluate Potter, and I am going to be fair here and get this in advance of the game. Even if we win, it's difficult to evaluate Potter, right? If we turn up, we play 3-4-3, or we play 4-3-3, whatever the formation is. If we win 2-0, celebrate it. I will celebrate it, but it doesn't mean Potter's going to be a success. He's won a game of football.
The Messiah.
I will wait and see going forward. So I will apply that regardless of the result. But I've got hope back. I've got hope. Monday, I was dreading watching this game against Aston Villa. I wasn't looking forward to it. It was almost like, oh, let's just get over and done with. We're going to lose. It's going to be crap. Fulham on Tuesday. Let's go. Hopefully we can sneak a draw against Fulham at home at London Stadium. Another point towards safety. But it's different now. My whole mojo's back, and I'm like, come on, man, let's go to Villa Park. Let's see something. Is he going to make a brave call with the lineup? Is Guilherme going to start? What's he going to do? Is he going to switch the formation? I'm intrigued. He's got me hook, line, and sinker. I'm interested again. And that fire that had gone out, he's what's his name? The Spanish geezer. What's Paella guy called?
Oh, not Guilherme. No, that's a strike. Balagay.
The Paella Alex Crook, him. When he said, oh, there's someone throwing fuel on the fire. Well, Potter's throwing fuel on the fire for me. It's back. I've got an Inferno, and I'm ready to go at Villa Park. I'm looking forward to it. Gonzo, any final words and your all-important score prediction, please?
Yeah. We, at West Ham, we got this. You asked me earlier on, what did I feel when a draw was made? When you are a West Ham fan, you can think everything's against you. Oh, bloody hell, it's always West Ham. It's like when that striker who hasn't scored, and they'll say, oh, such and such a striker's not scored in 20 games, and then West Ham come along and he breaks his Baron spell. Typical West Ham. There's all that, right? I don't think it is just exclusive to West Ham. So I wouldn't be surprised if Aston Villa, at the point where Lopetegui was sacked, have gone, oh, for goodness sake, typical Aston Villa. Why can't Lopetegui stay one more game? Why did Potter get appointed? I wouldn't be surprised if they're thinking that. They won't think it's ideal. I think it's I don't think there's...
To sum it up, when I spoke to Luke, he was it says in the video that he was looking forward to it with Lopetegui. He thought, if we're winning this, bring it on. But now it's like, whoa, they're unpredictable now. You don't know what you're way to get here.
I totally understand that. And he would be absolutely right in that. So, when's this video going up?
Tonight, Thursday night.
Like what time tonight?
5 p.m.
Right, I'm doing a live with Gonzo at 7 over on the forum channel. Come and join me for that. You get your questions. I've not done one for over 2 years, so I might be rusty on that. But I got to say, Gio, on this, I am looking forward to it. I am, and yeah, I'm trying to balance up in my mind whether my optimism is just because I feel so relieved and I'm looking forward to it and I feel almost liberated. He was almost like a motivational speaker today. And maybe I've just been lifted with that. I don't want to be unrealistic with it, but I think we can. I agree with you. I don't think he's a miracle worker, and I wouldn't place too much stock on whatever happens tonight. But I do think it might just... We've got some really good players. Granted, our best one's out. Bowen's out at the moment, of course, but I still think he can do something, and I think he'll use every moment. I think even on the coach on the way up, I think he'll be there. That's still an opportunity for him to have discussions with the players. I think ordinarily, if you take that coach up with the players,
coach,
what do you think they're going to do?
Get on a train.
Is that on a train?
They're not going to get on the coach from London up to Birmingham.
Why would they not?
Well, Liverpool flew to London.
You think they're going to get on a train?
Yeah, why would they not get on a train?
Why would they get on a train? They're going to get on... Let us know in the comments below. Train or coach? Maybe some other mode of transport. Yeah, no.
Potter's broomsticks.
That's
how Karen usually gets to home games.
Absolutely. That would have been ordinarily a good time to finish the video, but if we were on Patreon, we'd have finished the video on that punchline, that good gag there. That's okay. That's different. I'm imagining if he's in a coach, he's standing up. So like normally they'll do it, and then the players, or they probably don't play cards. They probably just got their ear.
Sheringham's not at the club anymore.
Oh, absolutely. They're doing their own stuff, looking at their iPad, got their earpods in, or whatever, but whatever they're bloody called. They've got them in. They're keeping themselves to themselves. I don't imagine that happens on this coach trip, because I think it's an opportunity for Potter to still communicate. So I think it's ongoing. Can he do something to physically train them? No, but I think he can certainly do stuff there. I'm just imagining. I don't think he'd do the same thing on a train, because he probably get up, start talking to him, and the old bird will come through with a trolley. Oh, excuse me, young man, and all that. Anyone for a flavourless cup of tea. Anyway, there you go. 2-1 West Ham.
Ooh, love that. Maybe Potter's got a quiz planned for the coach trip. Maybe he's got a little pub quiz ready. On a scale of 1 to 10, and why is it 10? How much did Lopetegui hate Sneijden?
Absolutely, it'll all be Tim Steiten based stuff. So when they did the press one afterwards. So they do one for the cameras, the press conference. When the written media sat down, he was asked about Tim Steiten. How much things have been difficult. Are you looking forward to working with Tim Steiten? And he basically pretty much said, well, I've brought some staff in. He said there are obviously already some staff here. I'm bringing my own staff in there, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone.
It was a good answer.
Nice.
It was a good answer. I'm looking forward to it. I think it finishes a draw. I'm going to say 1-1, and I think that's a good result. Get back to the London Stadium and give Potter a bit more time on the training ground and get ready. And I think a replay is bad news for Aston Villa. I think they would go, no, we can't have this extra fixture.
We can,
we can say, come on, then come down to us, and we're going to play our first 11 at the London Stadium midweek. Let's see what you've got.
Marcus Rashford to be playing.
Yeah, Marcus Rashford. Edson Alvarez is now at Monaco.
We've
got Bazaboy in from the Netherlands. He's now
yeah, absolutely. Yes. Monaco want him as well, apparently. Very sneaky.
Yeah, they want everyone. So, did you see, just to end on a funny story, Leicester City wanted him.
Yeah.
And didn't get him, or won't get him. But you know what's funny?
No.
the Dutch club is Leicester City's sister club.
What's the point?
So someone said, so Leicester City fan said, brilliant. Our own guy's negotiating with himself and he's still failed negotiations.
It's not Stighton, is it?
Anyway, right, we're going to leave it there. Get involved in the comments below. The team you want to see, how you're feeling ahead of the game, your match prediction. You fancy winning a match issue, not worn shirt by Lanzini. Get over to Patreon, patreon.com/SammersChat. If you've enjoyed this preview, please do drop a like, comment back, click and thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Myself and Gonzo. Catch you in a bit.